What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over all my original Xbox games collection. I have 46 original Xbox games, but that also includes 2 games that I for some reason have doubles of. I got to be way better at knowing what I have and what I don't have, so I'm not just wasting money. Let's get into it. Let's see. Alright, starting off, Destroy All Humans 2. This game I have fond memories of. So growing up, I was always a PlayStation kid. I never had an Xbox of any kind until my mid-20s. One of my old best friends back from like elementary school days, he had the original Xbox. And I remember I was always so jealous because I loved it. Playing the original Xbox for the first time, even though I was a huge PlayStation kid. PlayStation and PlayStation 2 more specifically holds such a special place in my heart. The original Xbox, there was always something about it that I just loved so much. Of course, Xbox had a lot of games that the PlayStation didn't, so I got to experience a lot of cool games there. Just like one of my all-time favorite original Xbox games, Whacked. So many fond memories with that. We'll get into that later. Destroy All Humans 2, mainly used to play this series, the first and second one on PlayStation. These games are so much fun. If you've ever wondered what it'd be like to be an alien and invade Earth, mind control people, this is definitely a fun game. They recently, not that long ago, released remasters for 1 and 2 for the new gen systems. And I also own that as well. But yeah, these games are a good time. Next up, we have The Godfather. Now, I am a sucker for anything when it comes to mafia, mobster stuff, movies, video games. I love them so much. I haven't seen all of them. It's kind of hard to find the time sometimes, but more specifically, I've actually never seen The Godfather, any of them. So, say I love all mobster or mafia stuff, and I literally have not seen the main one basically yet. I'm going to step my game up on that. When it comes to the video games, oh man, I have so much fun with them. I have played bits and pieces of this game. I have never beaten it, but this is a pretty fun, third person, run-of-the-mill, somewhat GTA type clone. You just play a mobster, go around and do some fun story missions based on the movie. I think you're bound to have some type of fun with anything mafia, any mobster type game. So yeah, this is a cool one to have. Next up, we got Shrek, baby. Now, Shrek is one of my all-time favorite animated movies ever. I love Shrek so much. I love all of them, more specifically the first 2. So these games are super cool. Now, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video that there are games in my collection for not just Xbox, but all the rest of my collection that I've never played before, or I've played rarely, bits and pieces here and there. And even though I'm a huge fan of Shrek, speaking of it, I got this cool Shrek figure here. I've actually never played this game yet. I plan to. When I seen it, I had to pick it up. The original Shrek, it's hard to choose a favorite between the original Shrek and Shrek 2, because they are both so good. Shrek 2 is one of the rare ones where it can debatably be considered better than the first. You can't go wrong either way, though. Speaking of Shrek 2, that's what we got up next. The video game. This is another one I have not gotten a chance to play yet, but of course, when I saw it, I had to have it in my collection. I look forward to running through both of these games. It's Shrek, man. They look like so much fun. Oh, this is a good one, baby. Has anybody else played Dark Watch? Now, Dark Watch, this game is so awesome. I'm also a huge fan of anything when it comes to vampires, werewolves, gothic type nature of stuff. Dark Watch is a really fun first-person shooter. You play as a character named Jericho Cross, who is a part of a secret society called the Dark Watch, which protects the world from evil. All different kinds of creatures in this game. This is just a super fun first-person shooter. If this is the type of stuff that you're into, the spookiness, highly recommend this one. So fun. Oh yeah, next up we have The Punisher, baby. This game is super fun and it's pretty brutal. You know, you get to play as the Punisher, you get to play as Frank Castle, just destroy bad guys. It's such a fun third-person shooter. It has a lot of cool, unique, and different ways that you can punish bad guys, whether it's like sticking their face in a tank full of piranhas or just ramming a drill through their head. This game gets pretty brutal. I'm pretty sure they did end up censoring it in some versions compared to what the original release, I think. Could be wrong, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but I thought that's what I heard. This is definitely a fun one to check out. This gotta be one of my top 3 at least favorite original Xbox games, and original Xbox exclusive. The thing about this game, I wasn't even introduced to this game until about 2015, and it's only because I was living with a buddy. We had some friends over and I was the guy with all the video games, the cool stuff, so you know, we'd get together, play some games. My buddy says, "Man, have you ever heard of Death Row? Did you ever play Death Row?" I was like, "No, what is that?" He's like, "Bro, trust me, you have to get it." Told me to look up the gameplay. Looked it up. I'm like, this looks sick. So I ended up ordering it offline. He came back over and we played for probably like 2 hours straight at least. And I truly felt like I was back in the early 2000s, just sitting on the couch playing a co-op game with a buddy. It was so nostalgic. It brought back so many memories. Anyway, the game I'm talking about is Death Row for the original Xbox. This is a sports game. To me, one of the best sports games of all time. And if you take Ultimate Frisbee and then you throw in kickboxing, that's what Death Row is. It's got a lot of cool teams that you can choose from, such as the Marines, police force themed team, protectors, I think. They have a prisoner themed team, demon themed team, an angel themed team. It's so sick. Yeah, it's basically just, it's Ultimate Frisbee mixed with kickboxing. You can win one of 2 ways. Your team can score the most points by throwing the little frisbee thing into the goal, or you can also run around and just beat the shit out of the opposing team. Punch, you can kick. If you knock out the whole team, you can also win that way. So you can either win by points or you can win by team knockout, basically. A fun strategy, obviously, is one person trying to get all the goals while the other one is just going around whooping ass. If you guys have never played Death Row, I could not any more highly recommend this game. This game is a blast, and it's one of my favorite sports games of all time, and it's one of my favorite original Xbox games of all time, for sure. Next, we got Toe Jam and Earl 3. I haven't really gotten the chance to dive into this game yet, but when I saw it, it looked like a pretty fun platformer type of game. I know Toe Jam and Earl goes way back to the early days of Sega, so this was kind of cool to see them in all its 3D glory. But yeah, this one looks like a really fun game. I'm excited to hop into this one too. So here we go. This one's a classic. Now, I thought this was an Xbox exclusive, but it doesn't say that it's an Xbox exclusive, so it might not be. But they just did a remake of this game not that long ago. That game is Stubbs the Zombie. Rebel Without a Pulse. This is a super fun game. It's actually, this game is built with the Halo engine. Most zombie games, you are the human battling against the zombies. This is the complete opposite. You are Stubbs the Zombie. You are going after the humans. You're eating their brains. You're possessing them, building huge zombie armies. Yeah, it's a pretty fun story. It's a pretty interesting game, and interesting to switch the roles for once and you become the zombie eating people. So, and like I said, they just remade this not that long ago for the new gen systems, so you can also check it out that way. Next up, we have Halo 2. Now again, I was not an Xbox kid growing up, so I never got into Halo like that. I also suck at competitive first-person shooters. Halo wasn't a big part of my childhood at all, but I have played Halo several times before, and it is fun. It is a fun first-person shooter. I got this because I thought I heard Halo 2 was one of the best. Not sure if that's true or not. But I got a couple buddies who are huge Halo fans, so I picked this up. Never know, get together with a game night with buddies and want to go, you know, back in time and relive the glory days. So that's really why I picked up Halo, just to get together with some buddies or something sometime and get down on some Halo. Next up, we have True Crime Streets of LA. True Crime Streets of LA. This is another GTA type clone, but it's really fun. You get to play as an ex-cop, so this time you're not really the criminal type of person going around the streets of LA, going by the storyline. I haven't played this game in a while, but I used to like it a lot. You know, just another GTA clone. You can't go wrong with those. Yeah, so this is a fun one to check out. Up next, instead of roaming around the streets of LA, you have the sequel, True Crime Streets of New York City. This time you're playing a former gangster who turned into a street cop. Very similar. Instead of running around the city of LA, you're running around the city of New York City as a cop. I'd recommend checking both of them out. Can't go wrong. Next we have NBA Ballers. This one I don't really have memories with. The only memory I actually have of this game is playing the demo of it at EB Games at the time, or if it turned into GameStop yet, at the mall here around me. I just remember they had a demo out to play, so that's where I played it. It's NBA Street, basically. All basketball games are pretty fun. Does it beat NBA Street? That I'm not too sure about. Saw it for a cheap price though, so had to pick it up. I should try it out again sometime soon. Maybe do like a comparison to NBA Street, because everybody knows NBA Street is one of the GOAT sports games. So next up, we got Blitz the League. Everybody loves Blitz games. Blitz games go back. They're such a classic. They're just a little bit more brutal form of football. You know, you could body slam the people and their bones break and everything like that. Blitz has always been fun. Blitz the League. Alright, camera died. So I had to wait for that to charge. And got an energy drink. Let's crack this open. Now, Blitz the League was different because it actually has a story mode to it. Crazy enough, this is actually rated M for mature. But yeah, this is a pretty good time right here. There is also a sequel too, but I don't have that one. Next up, we have Dynasty Warriors 5. Now, I've always been a really big fan of the Dynasty Warriors games. Another one of my old best friends, him and his brother, used to have these games for PS2. And I would go over to his house and we would just play these forever. These are really fun action games where you can pick and choose Chinese warriors. Each character has their own army they're a part of, their own squad, their own team. If you're playing single player, it's you with some assistance from your army and stuff like that, but you're just going and annihilating like 20 people at once. It's just an all-out action-packed game. In multiplayer, these games are super fun. Highly recommend these games. We have Doom 3. Doom was always a game. Doom was always a franchise that I was interested in, but I never got into, if that makes sense. So I haven't played too much of Doom games, but I am interested in them. I like the creepiness to them. Yeah, I should play Doom more. I always think it's interesting that Doom guy, I'm pretty sure, is considered to be like the strongest video game character of all time, because I think he's supposed to be considered God's vengeance in form or something like that, you know what I mean? Right, next up, we have another classic here, Manhunt. Now, Manhunt is another childhood game of mine, which is kind of crazy to say, but one of my older brothers also had a PS2, so I would always go and play a lot of his games because he was the one that always had the immature games. So he had Manhunt, he had Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3. He had all the cool fun games that I wanted to play, so because of him I got to play these. And I remember Manhunt was such a different game. It's like a stealthy game, but the whole concept of the story is pretty, it's like a messed up game, but it's pretty brutal. It's fun though. He's got some controversies behind these games, but definitely recommend this. If you know, you know. So, ooh, this is a really good one. Up next we got Freedom Fighters. Now, Freedom Fighters I actually had for GameCube. That's how I played Freedom Fighters, and that's how I enjoyed it for years of my childhood. I absolutely loved this game right here. It's from the makers of Hitman 2, as you can see. Kind of like squad based. It's about when the Soviet Union invades New York, Manhattan to be specific. It's been a while since I played it, but I believe you're just like some plumber or something like that, plumber or mechanic, and you get involved with a like American resistance to stop the invasion and take New York City back. Man, this game, oh, so much fun with this one. And the co-op is really fun too. If you haven't tried this, I highly recommend it. It is such a fun third-person shooter with squad-based like tactics and everything like that. And yeah, the story's really cool. I like the level designs and everything like this. This is something that they really should have made a sequel for, and it's kind of a bummer they didn't. So next up we have Raises Hell. This is another Xbox exclusive, as you could always tell by that symbol right there. Yeah, look at that. This I've only played a little bit of. I never heard of it back in the day, but I saw this in a store, and I really like cartoony things a lot. I dabble in a little bit of like illustration and art, so I really like cartoony things, and I really like the concept. If you can see here and tell, I like the concept of something like dark and kind of evil, and you mix it with like cute cuddly children type thing. So that's what makes this kind of funny. This is a pretty cool one. I want to get back into it and play it a little bit more to understand it, but check this one out if you haven't. It's pretty interesting. Now we're getting into one of the two doubles that I have, which is Outlaw Volleyball. Both complete. Most of the games here, I haven't been showing them off, but most of the games I do have here are complete. Not all of them, but I would say most. Outlaw Volleyball, I actually just played this the other day. These are a lot of fun. These are just some fun, goofy time killers where they take sports, because they have an outlaw golf as well. They just take normal sports and then they just kind of turn up the matureness on them. And this is just a really fun volleyball game. I enjoy volleyball games. They're pretty fun. This one's funny because you can call out people to a fist fight, which is pretty funny. You can even call out a guy versus a girl for a fist fight, and I did that and I actually got whooped. But yeah, these are a fun ones. So back in the day, one of my favorite fast food restaurants was Burger King. For a little bit years ago, Burger King actually released a few video games for the Xbox and everything like that. So here's one of them. It's Big Bumpin'. You can see the Burger King right there. This is like a little twist on bumper cars, smashing into your opponents, trying to keep the disc away type thing. Yeah, this is it's cool, it's a fun one. Not bad. Okay, this one, I'm sad I don't have the actual case for it. Not sure what happened to it. This was one of my favorite Western games of all time, even before Red Dead Redemption. That game is Gun. If you've never played Gun, it's very similar to Red Dead Redemption. I loved this one. I used to play this one actually more. It's just another brutal like third person shooting Western game. It's so similar to Red Dead Redemption, but it's got a couple things you can do differently than you could in Red Dead Redemption. And one of the things that always stood out to me is that you can literally scalp people in this game. You can literally just, take them by their head and with a knife and just peel their scalp back, which I always thought that was pretty crazy. It's got a good story to it. Check this one out. If you love Red Dead Redemption, you'll love this game. Check it out. Alright, so we just got past the first whole stack. We're already halfway through and we got one stack left, so let's get into it. Alright, this is another one of those games that my older brother had when I was little. He had it for PS2 and I got to play. I love this game because I love funny adventure story games, platform elements or anything like that. But this is definitely a wild game. This game right here, Leisure Suit Larry Magna Cum Laude. Man, I don't know where to even start with this one. This game is so funny to me. It's so ridiculous. It's hilarious. Very perverted, but it's a good time. You play as Larry Lovage, and you are the nephew of the classic Leisure Suit Larry Laffer, and you're going to college and trying to get your diploma, and all while going through college and college campus, you're just trying to score with chicks, basically. That's really it. It's got a funny story. It's like a dating show that comes to the college campus, and they want you to be the star of it, and you're dating all these different types of girls. It's got a lot of wacky missions to go through, like where you're streaking through the campus, playing quarters with people, getting drunk. When you get into conversations with people, it turns it into like a little mini game to where you're kind of just trying to spit your game, do your thing with the girl, and the mini game is you're trying to guide this little sperm cell throughout the way. There's these smiley faces and other things like that, but the good ones are like the green smiley faces, and then the bad ones are like the red smiley faces, where if you hit the red smiley faces, guide the sperm cell through it, you kind of make Larry say something not pleasant. He starts kind of messing up the conversation, but if you guide him through the green ones, he's kind of just, you know, spitting his game and really like getting into it. Yeah, this is a classic right here. I do love this game. It's a really fun story, goofy game. I recommend it. Getting into the second game that I have doubles of, and that game is BMX Triple X. Again, not sure why I have doubles of this game, but I do. This game right here is pretty fun BMX game, like Dave Mirra, your Matt Hoffman, but with a more adult twist to it. It's got missions like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater does, but with more adult humor and adult themes, and even some nudity and stuff. But it's funny. It's got pimps and everything in it. It's goofy, but it's a fun time. Now, I think I've made a couple videos of this now. If you haven't heard me say it, or if you have heard me say it, you're about to hear me say it again. Whacked. Another Xbox exclusive. This, one of my favorite Xbox games of all time. It's a really funny, wacky game. Obviously, it's called Whacked. You have several different characters to choose from. You're all part of a game show. Throughout that game show, there's so many different mini games that you can play. And each character has their own storyline. So whatever character you choose, you go throughout the whole game with, and it's a whole different story each time. And I think it's pretty interesting. All the characters are pretty interesting. And I really love the art style with this game. All the mini games that you're playing and like the competitive games, I think they're all pretty fun. Co-op is really fun in this game. Check this one out if you haven't. This is a solid one right here. I don't watch it too much anymore. To me, it's just not as good of a show. I'll watch it because, again, I like animation and stuff like that. Back in the day, I was a huge fan of it. The old seasons are so funny to me still, but that's Family Guy. I actually do really enjoy this game because who wouldn't like a Family Guy video game where you just get to play as Peter, Stewie, Brian, everybody, and just go through the Family Guy world. It's got a goofy story to it. Experience the levels, walk around the Griffin's house, and I recommend this one. This is a fun one right here. Alright, next we are getting into two games back to back, and one is a sequel to this one. This first one is Hunter the Reckoning. Now, I have never played any of these Hunter games. I think there might be a third one. I'm not positive. I think there might be a third one though. I haven't played these yet. I have a lot of games that I still gotta get through and try, but I am very interested in the World of Darkness. I'm very new to it. It is of high interest to me. That's why I had to get these games. Hunter the Reckoning. World of Darkness, if you don't know what that is a tabletop type game. It's similar to Dungeons & Dragons, I guess, in a way, is what it seems. Under the World of Darkness banner, there's tons of different types of worlds and games. One of them being Hunter the Reckoning. Another one being one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I'm sad I do not have it for Xbox, but I do have it on the PC. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 1. Also under the World of Darkness. I also have like Werewolf the Apocalypse is under that banner, and a few others. So these Hunter the Reckonings, you play as hunters, you're defeating all the monsters from the World of Darkness. Vampires, werewolves, zombies. Super interested in this. I love the show Supernatural, so that's what it's always kind of reminded me of too. So yeah. Following that one is Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer. I believe this one is the sequel to Hunter the Reckoning. Same concept. It's under the World of Darkness banner, but I think this one seems like it's based off of this girl right here named Kaylee Winter. Parents were murdered 10 years ago, and she trained hard to become a hunter, so now she's out for justice to defeat the undead horde and stuff like that, figure out her parents' murder. It actually does have 5 different characters you can still choose from. I'm excited to try this one out too and hop into it. I've been wanting to play these for a while now. But alright, so I have not seen this movie yet. Maybe that annoys some of you. It's been on my list to check out, okay? But I saw the game for it. It's another third-person crime shooter, so I had to pick it up. I love those. But this game is Reservoir Dogs. It's just the game. It's based on the movie. Looked up gameplay and everything like that. How bad can it be? You know, I haven't played this one yet, but again, I plan to. So, oh yeah. Next, I've not beat these ones. Sadly, this one is not complete. But I do love the concept behind these games. These games are pretty creepy. Huge horror fan. This is The Suffering, Ties That Bind. This is the sequel to the original Suffering. These games are pretty cool. I have played these. I've not beaten either of them, but I plan to. Basically, first one, you know, you play as this prisoner where something happens in the prison that basically releases a bunch of demons and everything. And this one's very similar. It's a sequel to it where I believe you're just trying to rid the demons from the city and stuff now. It's been a while. I need to hop back into this one. These are a good time though. Really creepy story. It's different. Unfortunately, I thought I owned the first one. Turns out I don't for some reason. I think possibly I lost it, which sucks. I'm going to pick it up regardless. I'm going to pick up the first one because I need to have it if I got the second one. Might even try to replace. This case isn't in the best shape with all these stickers and everything either. And it's missing the manual, so maybe I'll try to recop this one too to get it complete. But it's a pretty cool, fun series. Here we are again with another Burger King game. Sneak King. Yeah, this is another one of the, I think there was 3 or 4 of these Burger King games. I believe I think I only have 2 of them. There are 3 or 4 of these Burger King games. Yeah, this one's Sneak King, and you're just playing as the Burger King himself again, and it's like a stealth game. It's been a while since I played it. I think you're just trying to sneak up on people and feed them your burgers. Shove your meat in their face. Another cool thing to have in a collection. Burger King games, why not? Here we go. I love the NBA Street games. Those are so successful that they started coming out with other sports, and one of those other sports is NFL Street 2. Same thing, just as, you know, it's just as fun as the NBA Street games, except for this is football. So football games are pretty fun. Crazy enough, I'm not a football fan. I know very little about football, if I'm being honest with you, but I do love football games. And this is another fun one. NFL Street 2. Check it out. Here we have, I mentioned the sequel and showed that off earlier. This is the first one, that is Destroy All Humans. I love these games so much. You play as Crypto, an alien that invades Earth. Got goofy fun stories to it. I highly recommend these. And again, they did remaster these for the new gen systems. And those are pretty good. Those are good experiences, you know, better graphics and everything, so highly recommend it. Here we are back again with another basketball game. That is Street Hoops. Another solid choice in the basketball video game category here. Just like football, I'm not really a big NBA fan. I don't dislike any of these sports, I just never got into them. Basketball does interest me, but again, I don't know much about the actual sport or anything like that. Basketball games are always super fun though. Street Hoops is a cool one though, because instead of other NBA teams like NBA Street and stuff like this has all the and one guys. One of the best hot sauce. I always liked watching highlights of hot sauce on YouTube and stuff like that. He was cool. And one was always pretty cool because the and one guys, they always did like the cool crazy tricks with it when they're playing the games, playing the ball, you know, putting the basketball in between their shirt, slapping it, goes around their shirt out the other end, bouncing off people's domes and stuff like that, all while still playing the game of basketball. Things that you can't do in the actual NBA, but they get tricky with it and stuff like that, so that's where Street Hoops comes along. This is a fun game. This is a pretty cool one. Once again, this is another show that I used to love as a kid. The animation, or claymation, should I say, was awesome. It was a very more adult themed show, really gory, and that's how they could get away with it with all the claymation stuff. But that is Celebrity Deathmatch. What a good time this show was when I was a kid. If you've ever wanted to see wrestling matchups in the ring that you could never see in real life, like was it Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC? They had Hanson versus, I forgot who Hanson fought, but you could do Michael Jackson versus Prince, or whatever. You could take any celebrity, actor, musician, whatever, put them in the ring. They fight to the death, hence Celebrity Deathmatch. That's the only way to win, by killing your opponent. And they got away with it because of the, you know, the claymation, and that's what made it so cool. The show is super funny. I'm talking about the show a lot, but the game is real fun. It's the show. If you ever, instead of just watching the show, if you wanted to play the show, this is where this comes in. This is a cool one to have. It's fun. Check it out. We're nearing the end here. Here we have, I love this movie a lot. Always thought this movie was pretty cool. I love the whole heaven versus hell type concepts and aspects on things. Constantine, the video game. I have not played the game though, and to be honest with you, I actually got this game not that long ago. Probably picked this one up last year. I've yet to play it, but it looks like a really fun game, and if it's based on the movie, it's got to be at least somewhat decent, you know? So, yeah, Constantine. This is another game that I found for super cheap. It's got a really crappy case. It wasn't even the price that it says on the sticker. This is Madden 2003. I did like the Madden games. One of my older brothers is huge into football, huge Bears fan. So he got the new Madden game every single year from N64 and onward. He was always picking up the Madden games. So because of that, I got into them, and I liked playing them as well. And I liked making your own team. I always thought that was cool. Yeah, the sticker says $2, but I'm pretty sure I got this game for like less than $1, so I figured why not, you know. The case is actually really bad, as you can see. That's just how it is. But yeah, Madden games are always fun. This is one of my wife's favorite games, and for some reason I feel like this is a lot of girls in general favorite games. I don't know about you guys, but I've always heard girls like a lot of the same things. Chicken nuggets being one. All girls like chicken nuggets. They like nuggies. And when you talk to them about video games, this is one of, if not the first game they always mention, and that's Crash Bandicoot. My wife loves playing Crash Bandicoot games. I did too when I was a kid. But I grew up with it on PlayStation. I believe that's where it was originally released, was PlayStation. It was a PlayStation game. I'd pick it up for Xbox. It's the Wrath of Cortex. Can't go wrong with Crash Bandicoot games, you know. Although I was more of a fan of Spyro, to be completely honest with you. But I did like Crash as well. So Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, solid choice here. Back with another game I have yet to play, but I've always liked samurais or ninjas and things like that. This game is Tenchu, Return from Darkness. It looks like a cool one. Playing as a ninja, going around just wrecking people. Super solid one here. Here we go. This has got to be one of the best multiplayer games probably of all time. It was absolute blast. Couch co-op, getting together, party, Friday night with some friends or something. It's another Xbox exclusive. That is Fusion Frenzy. Most people know this game. I would get down on this with one of my old best friends. Again, he had the Xbox, I did not. This is another one you're just playing through a bunch of cool, fun mini games, action-packed. Fusion Frenzy. Here's another cool one. So I actually own this game on Steam, and I just started playing it for the first time a few weeks ago. Like I said earlier, I love platformer games a lot, so this one always interested me. I was having fun when I was playing it, and that's Voodoo Vince. It's another Xbox exclusive, even though it is on Steam now. This one, you're just playing as a voodoo doll out in the bayou. Cool concept, nice little adventure platformer. Recommend this one. Alright, now we're at our bottom three. These three are all solid choices. Bottom three, but not least three. Now, you guys should know by now that I am a big fan of Conker's Bad Fur Day. One of my favorite all-time platformers. It's so funny. The adult humor made it different back in the day. It was a platformer that was rated immature for all the adult themes and humor and language. They remastered it for the Xbox, baby. Conker Live and Reloaded. Absolutely love this game. Another Xbox exclusive. This is, for the most part, it's Conker's Bad Fur Day with better graphics. One of the only things I don't like about Live and Reloaded though is, okay, so I don't necessarily super not like it, just kind of like half not like it, if that makes sense. But the Live and Reloaded is censored compared to Conker's Bad Fur Day. There's some stuff in here that is censored that wasn't in the N64 version. It's not bad. For instance, like they'll bleep stuff, whereas I believe in Bad Fur they did not. Honestly, it kind of just adds to the comedy to it, so it's not horrible. Yeah, this is a solid choice. It's the same story and everything from Conker's Bad Fur Day, just better graphics. The controls, too. The controls, way better, because going back and playing the N64 version, the controls are a little difficult, not even gonna lie. So this is probably ultimately the more enjoyable version. And actually, I just did a video on it, the rare replay for the Xbox One that has Conker Live and Reloaded. I believe the graphics are even better on that. So that's even the more enjoyable experience as well. Number 2. So 50 Cent, always really liked 50 Cent as a rapper. I was a big Eminem fan back in the day. Who wasn't? He signed 50 Cent, and G-Unit. Couldn't go wrong with their music as well. So when they announced that 50 Cent was coming out with his own video game, 50 Cent's Bulletproof, come on now. This was a must-have right here. This was pretty cool. Who wouldn't want to play as 50 Cent? Another third-person action crime game. It has his music in it and everything like that too. You're playing as 50 Cent. You're running and gunning. It's got a pretty fun, interesting story. It's got G-Unit in it. Even Eminem makes an appearance in the game, I believe, as a detective and stuff. This is a fun one right here. Again, if you like the action crime shooters, try this one, pick it up. There is also a sequel that they released for the Xbox 360 called Blood on the Sand. I never played that one. It didn't interest me as much as this one, because this one has the whole city theme and stuff like that, whereas Blood on the Sand, I'm pretty sure you're overseas. So, I don't know, to me, maybe if I tried it, I would like it, but to me, it always kind of just looked a little bit boring. But yeah, this one's a classic. Check this out. And last but not least, this was another fun one. Played this on the PS2 back in the day. This game was chaotic, but it was so much fun. If you loved Grand Theft Auto, again, any other action crime shooters, you would have loved this game, because this game was so hectic and chaotic. And that's State of Emergency. Got a few different characters you can choose from. It's about a bad, shadowy corporation seize control of the country. You, the people, have taken to the streets to protest, and a state of emergency has been declared. And when I mean these games are hectic and chaotic, in the levels, for instance, like there's a mall level, these levels are filled with like 100 citizens. Kind of think of like Dead Rising, but instead of zombies, it's just normal citizens. So like, for instance, the mall level, it's filled with just like 100 people along top of this evil corporation trying to take over the country. And you can get a whole bunch of different weapons, guns, flamethrowers, knives, bats, whatever, and you can just go on a rampage, killing anyone and everyone. Not only the shadowy corporation, but all the innocent civilians as well. But these levels are always, they're just filled with like 100 people in it, so that's where it gets kind of hectic and chaotic, and everybody just is running around screaming and stuff like that, and you just go nuts. It's one of those mindlessly fun games. But yeah. Alright, so that's all my 46 original Xbox games that I own. That was my collection that you just seen. I'm always trying to grow it though. I'm always going to different stores, picking up new games and everything like that. So it will continue to grow, and then maybe in the future we can do an updated version of it. But yeah, that's all I got right now for the original Xbox. Let me know down in the comments. If you like videos like this, please leave a like. Subscribe to my YouTube and TikTok, and more videos to come. I have a big PS2 collection, a decent sized GameCube collection, PS1. I have a huge PS4 collection too that I can go over as well, and some Xbox 360 games too. But I got into the Xbox 360 game late, as in like the past year, so that's not too big. But yeah, plenty more videos to come. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Still haven't figured out a way to end these videos, so I'll see you in the next one then. Oh, also, the first half of this video, I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze playing in the background, which I thought that was really cool. And then filming, like, the first little bit of this video, my camera ended up dying. So I actually filmed it last night, and it was already like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I had to go to bed, and I had to let it charge for a little while. So I came back down, got everything ready, left everything in the same position. I even threw the same shirt back on, tried to match, got everything set up. I forgot to push the play button on the VCR in the background, and I didn't realize that till like literally just now. So I'm kind of bummed about that, but it is what it is. So that's why it's just a blue screen compared to earlier in the video you saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze. So yeah, hopefully I'll get better at these videos and remember little details like that. See you.